Okay, what about this? Do you remember this claim from the election by the now Prime Minister?
Does that mean you would support a wage hike of at least 5.1% just to keep up with inflation?
Absolutely.
Well, apparently it's no more, Daisy. Have a look at what he told the ABC radio today.
The submission will be consistent with what I said during the election campaign, that people who are on the minimum wage can't afford to go backwards, can't afford a real wage cut.
Will you specify a quantum of the increase that the government would like? 5.1's the current inflation rate.
There won't be a number in the submission.
Now, Daisy, people are saying that he's running away from his promises because he's not putting the inflation rate in, they're asking for it. I'm choosing to look at it, that he's saying, well, maybe they want to put it up by more than the inflation rate now. Both economically bad policy, but I can understand why he doesn't want people to go backwards. What's your view?
That's not a bad point. In fact, that's a very good point that you make, Cory, about him not putting a number on it, because my first instinct was that he was doing a sort of each way Albo thing and, not maybe backing off, not daring to put a number. But if he doesn't put a number on it, it's political genius, because the raise could be even higher than the inflationary rate and then he would look great. But as you say, it's not great policy either way. I kind of sit on the fence when it comes to the minimum wage. It's like I do with penalty rates. I can see both sides of it. On the one hand, you've got workers who, with inflation, of course their lives would be made much easier by a wage hike that is in line with the inflation rate, of course. But on the other hand, if you're a small business or a medium-sized business and you're trying to employ people in at difficult times, suddenly you have to give this reasonable wage hike to any workers you might be employing on the minimum wage. Well, that's going to make it very hard for you to run your business. You might have to fire people or shut up shop. So it's very difficult either way, but it's dangerous policy for sure.
Yeah, it is dangerous policy, but I was one of the few during the election campaign that thought it was actually a political winner. I mean, how can you have one party arguing your wages are not going to keep up with the cost of living, and even though that's the biggest issue out there, and the other party is saying, yeah, we want your wages to keep up with the cost of living? I thought it was a no-brainer. Economically, very difficult. Don't email me about that. But anyway, they won, so maybe the proof is in the pudding. And the victor, they always get the spoils. That's the phrase, isn't it?